In this lesson, we'll look at the simple list adapter. Adapters are the glue between a list view, its items, and the item's layout resource. In the basic list of the previous lesson, we used an array adapter, which allowed us to populate the list with a simple string array. The simple list adapter is one step more complex. Instead of a simple array for item data, it requires a list of dictionaries with key value pairs. Each dictionary will correspond to a list item. The keys in the dictionary will correspond to a data field, and the values will be shown in the list in the specified field. This allows us to create lists that contain more than just a single text string. So in the project that I have started, it's a list activity, so there's no main resource that we're populating. We're just populating a list for the entire activity. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a two-line list. The list items will have a title and a description. And we're going to have collections of dictionaries. Now, the first thing to note is that I'm using Java lists and Java dictionaries. If you use the standard .NET objects, they simply won't work. So that's one of the details that gets lost on occasion. It's pretty hard to debug when you have that happen. So we need to create a list of dictionary objects called items. And each one of these items is going to correspond to a list item. So our first item is going to be the title, and that's going to be the title of the list item. And then we'll have a description, which will be the second line in the list item. And then we'll add a second item, title and description, and a third item, title and description. So we've created our dictionary objects, and now we'll add those objects into the items list. So now I have a list of dictionary objects. So now I'm ready to create my simple adapter. The simple adapter has a number of parameters. The first one is going to be the activity context, and then my list of items, which is of course my list of dictionaries. Then I pick a resource layout, and this is a pre-built-in Android resource layout, and it's called Simple List Item 2. Previously we used Simple List Item 1, and that was the single text item. Simple List Item 2 has the two text views. There are some more layouts. Simple List Item Checked, which will create a single text item with a checkbox to the right of it. Simple List Item Multiple Choice, which will create a single text view with a multiple choice style checkbox to the right of it. And Simple List Item Single Choice, which will create a single text view with a radio button style control next to it. But for now, we're going to use the Simple List Item 2. Then the next parameter is an input string array, and this is going to be the list of the keys named in the dictionary. So you can see we have a title and description, and those are the keys in our dictionaries. The next parameter is an array of ints, and that array of ints calls out the resource IDs within the simple list item resource that we want to feed our dictionary values to. So our title item is going to go to the ID text1, and our description item is going to go to the ID text2. Finally, we get to set the list adapter to this simple adapter. So now if we run it, we can see how that looks. And there's our list. We have the title item and the description for all three of the items in the list. So that's the simple adapter. Next we'll be looking at the grid, and further on we'll look at custom adapters. We can also bind custom adapters to database objects a little bit better.